Okay, so in trying to rapidly make that thing again, but not go through the lengthy commentary mumbo jumbo, I came across a problem. I have this pair screwed together on that side, screwed together on that side. Look at the bow. Can you see how they're off by more than a 1/4 inch in the middle?
Right there.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. So I've had to break out part of my gigantic clamp stash.
All right.
And by gigantic, I mean this is a gigantic clamp, and it is wholly unnecessary. But it is the type of clamp that I need to fix this.
Is that the biggest clamp you have?
I think it is, but it's the only one I have with like big flat jaws. It's too long to even put in this area. There, screw it together. So now that they're lined up, put a big old screw right through that. I read an article about these kind of clamps, and they compared, I think, these orange ones, Bessie, or whatever that's pronounced, these red ones. The orange ones you can get at Home Depot, and the cheaper ones you can get at Harbor Freight. And they said when they clamped, the article said when they clamped things in and cranked it down, the Harbor Freight ones, it bent this bar, making the clamp completely worthless.
And is that a quality clamp?
This one is, yeah. Even the orange ones at Home Depot, they just weren't too bad either. I have never once bought a woodworking tool at Harbor Freight that I thought was worth a dime. Some of the other tools, no problem. In fact, given my propensity to destroy my tools, I prefer Harbor Freight usually, but not for woodworking. Now the rest of this is going to get slightly repetitive, so I'm not really going to talk much. Well, no, that's a lie. I am going to talk.
Are you going to talk?
Maybe. Why? You have anything you want to talk about?
You did get more wood, right?
Yeah, but not enough to finish the thing. This board is really warped. Let's see, which way do I want the warp going? I want the warp going that way. So it's going to be a thing on the inside which can straighten it out, push it back out. Wait. I'm going to screw it from the outside in, so I want it this way.
All right.
I lied. What do you got? 97?
Exactly 97?
Exactly 97.
Do you remember what that was?
Nope. 96. Now we're at about that. Let's go the other way. Yep. Looks right to me.
Awesome.
Now comes the tricky part. Okay, so for this part, this needs to stand up, obviously. This needs to be up, and I'm going to connect the front and the rear with these pieces, which are much longer, and I have already cut to the right length as per the instructions that I checked once, did not check twice. Let's hope that's not going to be a problem. These have to line up with the horizontal bars there and there, and something needs to be holding everything up so I can put the screws in. And now you see why I conscripted some help for this one. She just looked at me. Yes, it's time to work. Okay, so same kind of idea. Mm-hmm. See, both sides of this board are equally ugly. Hold it up so the top of that board
It's flush with this?
flush with the top of that, and the end of it kind of matches the end. How about you hold it in the middle, and I'll do the fine tuning on holding it over there.
Okay. You don't trust me?
Well, I need to be there holding the screwdriver.
Oh, okay.
Dodge that bullet.
Change. Stand this way.
Oh no, she's changing the design. Okay, pretty close. Keep holding. Mm-hmm. Poorly cut wood. What? And I didn't cut that. That's how it came from Menards.
They were probably rushing.
Refer to my joke from last time. Save big money. Don't buy good products. Two different things. Close enough. Now shouldn't feel very safe right now, because it's definitely not. Being only on one screw, everything can pivot.
Yep.
Okay, we'll save the two ugliest boards for the back. Now again.
Oh no, I'm too short.
You're what? You're too short. What do I pay you for? That does not seem safe.
It's fine.
It's
the
fine?
Chair, the back is broken, but the chair.
She says it's fine. You heard her, folks. She can't sue me in the event of injury. That thing's made out of like the cheapest plastic on earth.
I know, but the force is just down on it, you know? I'm not twisting
Okay,
it.
if you say so. It's your funeral. Whoops, a little too hard there. Okay, so that's roughly in place, but same idea, only 4 corners.
Okay.
And now the whole thing is kind of rocking. Okay, so because measuring corner to corner is kind of a pain, like this, we're instead going to use a level. You're going to slap it on. They can't see this. It's pretty level. Put it up here. Use that level to get a sense of how out of level that is.
That's pretty level. Right there.
About, yeah. So in a previous video, I complained about how 1x6s aren't 1x6 and 2x4s aren't 2x4. And I said the idea that they shave off the extra width, you know, to smooth it out was a load of crap because they don't shave off the extra width evenly. 2x4, you know, each dimension is half an inch shorter. Okay, a quarter inch off each side. 2x8, they shave 3/4 off the 8-inch section. And someone in the comments said it's because they cut it 2x8 or 1x8 or whatever. Then it dries, shrinks more on the 8 dimension because it's wider. And then they finish it to the size. And you know, that actually makes sense.
Why would they not consider it shrinking when it's dry?
They do, and then they final cut it to whatever dimension. But my comeback to that is, okay, then if you know for a fact what you're selling me is not indeed 1x8,
Why call
it a 1x8? Why make it however you need to make it, but then just tell me what the dimensions are instead of this lie that it's a 1x8 when it was a 1x8 at one point. It's like saying, yeah, it was a tree at one point, but it's not a tree anymore, it's a board. Don't call it a pine tree.
That's what I'm saying. If they want the end result to be 1x8, why didn't they cut it at like 1x8 and a 5/8 or something, you know?
Because they're jerks. That's why. By the way, the most first world problem you can encounter right now is me complaining that the wood is slightly different sized. I'm just upset.
So they
Well,
cut
at least she agrees with me.
So they cut the wood before it's dry. Is there a reason why they do that instead of
Yeah, because if you,
drying it?
well, it's going to take forever to dry a log. So you cut it and then dry it, and then it changes shape and changes size, and they can warp and everything. And then they trim off just a little bit off the surface of the rough sawn board to get you this nice smooth surface. It isn't very smooth because they must have had a dull planer blade.
No? Ooh, that is an ugly piece right there.
That is the ugliest piece. That's why it is in the corner where I put misbehaving lumber where no one will see it.
This is turning out to be bigger than I thought.
Bigger than you thought?
Yeah.
That was kind of the point, right? Big playground thing. So you're saying all the plans I have in my mind to actually expand on it are unnecessary?
Are you going to expand on it? Is there going to be space to expand on it? I don't know. I like it.
Good. It's your room now.
What? This is my room?
Uh-huh. I plan on rigorously testing the strength myself before allowing the
Awesome.
children up there.
Rigorously? Are you going to
So it's either going to work perfectly or you're going to need a new husband. We got the basic frame done. Now I want to move it. Wait, do I want to move it into the back corner? Yeah, why not? Let's move it to the back corner. Worry about the slats next time.
Okay.
So we got the basic frame up.
Sweet.
Some of you might notice that it's stiff now, like up, down, and forward, back, but this way it can still move side to side. But if you, just keep doing it. I'll just sit here and talk. When I put in the floor panels here, that'll actually,
Leaning on it.
that'll actually like get rid of the side to side motion because I'm actually going to use these kind of boards. I put them somewhere, and they're actually going to be like butted right up next to each other. So there's not going to be big gaps to allow a lot of motion. They're going to be together. Also, you're not seeing like another frame made of 2x4s that's going to be inside this. Because this, although it's kind of nice and holds the frame up, I don't want all the weight on a 1x6. You know, that I can do this to. So it's going to be another frame of this kind of thing. hidden away behind this with these boards flush on top. And then, you know, the slats and then the slide. We got a big plastic slide that's in the garage.